This is Farmers Inside Track, supported by Food for Mzansi. Inspiration for your business and life. From South Africa's farmers and agripreneurs.
I'm Sibongile Cele. I'm from Naturena in the south of Johannesburg, but I'm currently doing rooftop farming called Untitled Fresh Veggie Rooftop Farm in Hillbrow in the inner city of Johannesburg. We're planting vegetables, your crops that range from your leafy greens. We have your herbs, and we also do your baby spinach. We also do a lettuce, varieties of different lettuces. And we actually also doing seeds that we grow for other people who would like to start their food gardens. And that we do through our African Women in Agriculture, where we have started a seed bank as well called Mqabo Seed Bank, where we offer seeds for people who want to start planting. Wow, it's an amazing story because when I was growing up, my dad used to do community gardens as a teacher in the school, and he would tell us, come join me, let's do the gardens. And with us as children, it was like time to spend time with dad and do the gardens. Little did we know that it was a seed that's being planted for us to grow up and actually look at addressing issues of food shortage. And my background is accounting. I did my articles at Deloitte as an accountant, and the time came where I had to now follow my passion of being a farmer, and it's been a gracious time doing farming. The skills of financial management, because just as much as there's agriculture, there's also the business side of agribusiness, and that has been a wonderful thing to do, to understand that just as much as I'm doing social entrepreneurship, where I also give out food, there's also the business side to take care of. So as an accountant, I have to do my management accounts, and be the one that's giving a report on a monthly basis to say, this is what we have planted, this is what we've sold, and this is what we've given out as our social side of the business. Because most people think agriculture, it's not business, and it is business. We do it as a social entrepreneur, but it still has to generate profits. Yeah, I would say it depends on who you're talking to. I'll specify in terms of the banks, because with the banks they always say, women farmers, are you able to take that struggle on? And when you now come out and you lay out what you've been doing, they are amazed that as women we're actually very accurate in whatever we're doing as farmers. But with the other people, they're quite happy to work with us and say we're the solution to actually bring in the food systems change within communities. I would say with the guys, sometimes it takes long for them to understand that we are female farmers. When you come in and you say you're a farm, and they say, it can't be, we've never found women who are taking it serious. And it has always angered me to say, do you know that we actually go out there to bring change as women, and we want to be given the same standard where you are valued on the value that you're bringing into farming. My advice to upcoming entrepreneurs who are venturing into farming, do it with all excellence, and do not be moved by the fact that there's delay, because with delay it doesn't mean they will not help you. It's just to pitch at any time where you can find an investor that's interested to hear what you are all about. And pitching is quite key, and also having networks where you meet with other fellow farmers and be on the networks where there's always investors who are willing to invest into farming. Well, I am based in Johannesburg South, so I take a taxi into the North taxi rank, which is quite hectic, it's quite busy, but I enjoy the journey because it gives me time to engage also with informal traders there. So when I'm there, I actually walked up from North taxi rank to Hillbrow. And it's quite an amazing time being spent in the inner city where you're actually touring places whilst you walking to work. And it's been an awesome experience because I'm also learning even from visitors that are in the country on different foods that they eat. And we're able to say, can we test some of your seeds and see if we can plant here in Gauteng? My toughest one was the current situation we had where there was attacks in the inner city. It was quite difficult for me as a businesswoman to be there. And it happened whilst I was at the rooftop. And it affected my business in the sense that we had a week where we couldn't be in the inner city. And the other one is with the load shedding that we've been having because we use a hydroponic system that uses a lot of electricity. If there isn't enough electricity, it affects our plants. So it means you individually have to water your plants, which we usually leave the machine to pump the water and water the plants 24 hours. And these are the risks that we have to take as business people. And I had to now get someone who stays in the inner city to be able to assist me when I can't reach where the place is to help with the watering. And then with the electricity, I've managed to speak to the guys from the engineering side of UJ, Doronfontein campus, to see if we can set up solar panels. So I'm busy with that engagement with them. Sometimes when you're passionate about something, it's difficult to say I'm leaving it. You just get up and go and do it. And it's because you're not doing it for yourself. It's not about you. We're looking at solutions that we can bring into the inner city where we shorten the food mile. People have access to food, and we don't have a situation where it's always said in Africa there's a shortage of food. So we want to overgrow the system and be there to be the solution. The lesson of a no, because sometimes people think it's quite an easy walk for an entrepreneur. There are times where you'll get a no from an investor, but it doesn't stop you from following your vision. So I've had investors that will say, no, not this time, we don't have enough fund to help you, but we continue to go and ask for investors to come in and be part of the programs that we do. I'm looking at the fact that you leave your comfortable office job of being an accountant where the paycheck is quite amazing. Then you have to now do what you're passionate about and have to do a salary cut, because I had to do that, to do a salary cut. But I was very fortunate to have family support because I've got a backing of the family support, so it hasn't been that bad. It's not difficult being an entrepreneur. It's just that with us, we just have to be resistant, and it takes resilience because you don't give up on the vision that you have. And also, not having an investor doesn't mean your vision stops. You continue, and you also look at diversifying until you can raise up enough capital. So it's not difficult. I would encourage entrepreneurs to continue and do what they have as a vision and be the change that they want to see. It's a wonderful feeling walking through and just seeing the produce that you've produced, and also visiting people and they give you a feedback on the work that you're doing, especially with crèches that are supply food. Every time they come back and they say, we just want to come and say thank you for even showing us how to do it, because we're also doing a drive to say, can they grow their own food? So it's an amazing experience and understanding that you have put in your all to get this vision going. My biggest dream is to see households eating from their own gardens and having a situation where people won't go to bed hungry. So that's why we've started a project called Farm in a Box, where we're going into informal settlements to say, can we give you seeds so you can start your own small garden, to avoid people depending on handouts, but they can have their own food gardens. It's got to do with them having a healthy lifestyle. They have to grow their own vegetables. and eating something fresh from your garden. Because most of the people, they will settle for a staple food, which is your pap and your meat, and not include vegetables. So we say, can you look at changing your health life and eat vegetables on a daily basis, and you pick it up from your backyard instead of worrying, how do I reach just a normal vegetable that I could have on a daily basis. As a young upcoming farmer, and especially the youth, my encouragement is to say to them, do not give up on your vision, be resilient, and continue doing what you have purpose to do. And it's not only applying to agriculture. We've got amazing young people that are coming up with apps that they feel, if it's not funded, I can't do it. So we're encouraging them to say, stick out your vision and make it clear so that anyone that sees it, they'll want to use it and implement it and be the solution. I would say to live a purpose-driven life, it's very important in the sense that everyone is destined to make a difference in life. And I would encourage people to say, you know your vision and your purpose, and continue to live that vision and live a purposeful life.